When Washington and Colorado jointly legalized recreational pot earlier this year, there was one question left unanswered: how to regulate baking behind the wheel, because no one wants to run into this on the road.
Smoke job.
After 3/10 a gram of pot, Dylan was doing fine behind the wheel.
Ooh, that was fun.
Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper recently put his name on a handful of bills regulating the budding industry. Among those regulations, marijuana mags must be kept behind the counter and no pot brownies for sale at the grocery store. The state also attempted to define how high is too high to drive, setting the legal limit while driving at 5 nanograms of THC per millimeter, whatever that means. But the attempt to keep stoned drivers off the road has sparked a debate. Part of the problem, skeptics say, is finding a way for law enforcement to test for the drug when blood tests aren't readily available. That's because THC, the active ingredient in pot, can stay in the bloodstream for several days, making it tough to determine a person's state of impairment on the scene. A toxicologist told Pop Sci, don't expect to see a breathalyzer-like test for another 3 to 5 years. And even then, that's not to say having your days-old pot left in your system will get you off the hook. In a trailblazing experiment of sorts, a blogger for Westward tested himself to find he was over 3 times the legal pot limit 15 hours after he last got high, perhaps lending some not-so-scientific proof to the body of research that says leftover THC in the bloodstream can still cause impairment. Nevertheless, the jury's still out on that one. Part of the problem, the data's pretty hazy. While a study in February found pot smoking before driving nearly doubles the risk of a fatal crash, it also found states that allow pot purchasing had fewer traffic accidents, mostly because of the decline in drunk driving. About 4% of adults in the U.S. report having driven before under the influence of drugs, mostly marijuana. For Newsy, I'm Elizabeth Hagedorn.